She was low, plain low in the morning, standing 4 feet 10 in one sock. She was Lola in slacks. She was Dolly at school. She was Dolores on the dotted line. But in my arms, she was always Lolita.
I like movies that create discussion. I love it. I love it when they haven't forgotten about your movie by dinner time afterwards. You know, and they're still arguing about it the next day. That's what a movie should do. It should make you argue and disagree.
A normal man, given a group photograph of schoolgirls and asked to point out the loveliest one, will not necessarily choose the nymphette among them. You have to be an artist, a madman, in order to recognize the little deadly demon among the others.
I wanted to make a movie of Nabokov's novel because it's, I think, one of the great novels of this century. The movie is about a middle-aged man's obsession for a 14-year-old girl, and it's about all that entails. In the end, it's a love story. It's a strange and awful love story.
My sin, my soul, Lolita.
I've always been attracted to characters that have enigma, that have many levels, that make the audience question whether they are good or bad.
Monsieur Humbert.
Yes.
It's set in 1947.
Mrs. Hayes.
And he stays as a lodger with a lady called Charlotte Hayes in New England.
That's my low.
And there he meets Lolita, who's Charlotte's daughter.
Beautiful.
Action! Charlotte sees that Lolita is kind of attracted to Humbert as well. So they're both really rivals for the affection of Humbert.
She just sees Humbert, who's very handsome and very elegant and different, and she doesn't see any of the stuff that's going on between him and Lolita. Humbert! Is she keeping you up?
I beg your pardon?
Her flirtation, whatever you like to call it, with Humbert means something quite different to her. It's all about experimenting with power and seeing how much she can get him to do.
There's a moment that I really like when her bare foot brushes against his leg when she crosses over going past him. And I wanted to get a sense of, did she know what she had done or didn't she? I want it to be ambiguous.
Darling, come and walk over his legs.
Adrian Lyne had so much passion to make Lolita. And to find a director who has passion to make anything is a rare thing these days.
No, that doesn't work on her there. She's sweet. She's gorgeous. Right, that's good.
Adrian Lyne is one of the most interesting people that I've ever met in my life.
You're about to shut the door, even start to shut the door, and then you think that you'll kiss Louise, okay. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so do one more like that. That's really nice.
Dominic Swain was a natural, really. I mean, she'd never acted on any level at all, not even at school. She'd done nothing. And she had less nerves, I would say, than any actor I've ever worked with. And she really kind of played herself. She would endlessly invent stuff.
I think that Lolita is very similar to myself, and not that we're going through the same circumstances, but that we both react in whatever way seems natural at the moment.
Charlotte had no inkling, of course, of Humbert's feelings for Lolita.
I long for some terrific disaster. Earthquake, spectacular explosion.
Make your bed!
Her mother instantly eliminated.
Eventually, she found his diary and knew better.
You're a monster.
Now,
Now get out of my sight!
Charlotte is killed in a car accident, which is heaven sent, really, for Humbert.
Action!
And so that's the way he gets to be left alone with Lolita.
Wow, looks swing.
Background, reset.
It's a road trip because they can't stop. They have to keep moving on, rather as any outlaw has to keep moving on.
I cannot tell you the exact day when I first knew with utter certainty that we were being followed. He was clever, our pursuer. He kept changing cars. But his presence was as real to me as my own breath.
Quilty represents the tension in the movie, whether he's following him in the car or whether Humbert sees him in the shadows at the, on the porch at the Enchanted Hunters.
Who's the lassie?
It's my daughter.
You lie. She's not.
What?
I said July was hot.
The side of Humbert that has no redemption at all. The side of Humbert that is unforgivable. That is Quilty.
Oh, you know, I adore children myself. And fathers. I love fathers. It's very hard to pass up a part like Claire Quilty. God. I think he's Humbert without a conscience, Humbert without any sense of soul. He likes you. Doesn't like everybody.
Who's he like?
Nice, young people like you.
This subject seems to be the last taboo. I think that what the audience maybe will find disturbing is that they don't hate Humbert. At least they don't totally hate him. They kind of like him in some ways. And I think that this is disturbing for an audience to deal with. And I think that that will create discussion.
Sorry, officer.
See a blue sedan?
Yes, it is something that happens in society. It's not something that should be condoned or encouraged, but it's something that is. And the arts have to shed light upon, question, cover everything that happens in life.
Murder me like you murdered my mother! Go on, murder me! Murder me! Murder me!
It's the most extraordinary mix. It makes you laugh, it makes you cry, it makes you horrified, and that's all you can want for a movie.